Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us this evening. I have my trusty iPad here. We're going to go ahead and share with our friends as soon as I can find our live stream here. There it is. And share to groups. There's our VIP. And there's our team. Okay, we now have it out there. Ooh, let's get this. Plug this in. Bear with me just a minute. Okay, there we are. Hello. Oh, hey, Sue. So glad you could join. Glad to see you were able to tear yourself away from the crafty room cleanup to come hang out. All right, we're going to go through and get our housekeeping things done and out of the way, and then I will show you what we're playing with tonight. So first of all, the exclusive join offer where you get the stamp positioning tool in your starter kit as a bonus. That ends tomorrow. So you have until tomorrow if you are interested in getting this stamp positioning tool in your kit. Again, you pick out $125 of product, anything that you like that is active in either the online store, the catalogs, and even in our clearance rack. You pick out $125 worth of product, you pay $99, you get free shipping. They will include the positioning tool and all of your business staples will also be included. Hey, Kay. So glad to see you. Hello, Miss Sherry. Glad you could join. So that ends tomorrow on March 2nd. We are also in the March Paper Pumpkin subscription period. March is going to be the Fluttering Garden Kit. You have from now until March 10th to get in on this particular kit. You'll make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. You'll get 9 coordinating envelopes. With the kit, you'll get textured white card bases, pre-cut paper pieces and sentiments, and your coordinating colors are going to be basic gray, coastal cabana, early espresso, gorgeous grape, old olive, peach pie, and pretty peacock. And you're going to get an additional stamp set in the March kit. March is Paper Pumpkin's birthday month, so every year they do include a bonus stamp set with that. It will also coordinate with the add-on dies that were available all quarter, and they're called the Beautiful Blooms dies, and I do believe those are still available, and it is in a while supplies last product. The March product of the month, starting Tuesday, I believe, the 3rd, Notes of Spring. Spend $75 in the online store, and you will get to add on the Notes of Spring stamp set for $5. I will tell you, this is probably one of the cutest stamp sets I've seen. It's got the little baby fawn, a little goose, and a bunny. And it does have the filler pieces, so you don't have to color them. You can color them with your ink. It also has a floral, a little piece of grass there, actually a couple grassy pieces. And the sentiments that are included in this stamp set are especially for you. A little note of thanks and happiest birthday wishes. And again, let me just pull that up there a little bit closer so you can see how adorable that stamp set is. And again, you can get that for $5 as part of the product of the month for March. And again, that goes, I believe, officially on Tuesday, March 3rd. Spend $75, get it for $5. Also happening March 3rd, new online exclusives will be dropping. So just to give you a quick peek of what's coming on Tuesday, this suite here, it's called the Garden Poetry Suite Collection. Mine has not arrived yet, but I did order this. The paper is absolutely gorgeous, as well as these textured foil pieces. It's got garden epoxy dots and a beautiful berry burst ribbon and hybrid embossing folder. So it's going to be a gorgeous suite. There's also the homemade sweetness with the little jar. So lots and lots of new stuff coming on Tuesday to the online store. Any soccer players in your life? I do have the wonderful match suite also coming because I work with lots of people who have kids who are heavily into the whole soccer thing. So I'm going to be prepared for the requests that I get often for soccer themed cards, and I always have to improvise. No longer improvising. Here it is. But yeah, lots and lots. This is the Help Me Grow garden bundle. Cutest crew for those who have military connections, or if you like to do the you send all the cards to the military. I forget the name of that company that does that. It's a nonprofit. Anyway, service essentials bundle, perfect for anything military related. Forever Florals bundle, Scalloped Wishes bundle, the springtime scenes, and aren't we all desperate to see spring? Barbecue Masters bundle, if you have that barbecuer in your family. Great bundle for that. So yeah, lots and lots of fun things coming in the next couple of days for March. So keep that in mind. Tonight, we're playing with one of the January online exclusives, which is right back here. It's called the Seasonal Celebrations. That's the one we're playing with tonight, and I will show you that. Here it is. This is Seasonal Celebrations. Tonight we're using the bunny, the birthday hat, and the shamrock. But you've got the daffodil, you have the graduation cap, you have these border pieces, some confetti, stars, and the pom-pom for the birthday hat. Bunny face. So that's what we're doing tonight, and I will show you tonight's cards. Now, tonight is March 1st, so it's our first Sunday of the month, which means tonight's class is a free with purchase class. So if you spend $35 in my online store between today and the 15th of the month, on the 20th of the month, I will ship to you this card class, which is these 3 cards. You'll get everything you need to create these. You just use whatever you happen to have for stamp sets. You can certainly purchase the seasonal celebration and make your cards look identical to mine. But we have our Happy Easter card with our little bunny. We have a Sending a Little Luck Your Way with our shamrock. I will confess this is retired paper. I did not realize it had retired, but there is other plaid paper that is current that we can make sure that you'll have. And then we have our little birthday hat that says Happy Birthday, using our book fold for that one. And we're going to start with our bunny card. But they are really cute. Oh, hey, sis. I didn't even see you pop in. Miss K's here. Awesome. Oh, Robin popped in. Oh, I didn't even see her. Well, glad you could make it. Hello, Janice. So glad you could join us. Janice is over on YouTube with us. Awesome. All right, so we're going to start with our little bunny. And for that, I do have... There it is. A thick, basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Grabbing our bone folder, we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. Make sure everything lines up nicely. And burnish that with our bone folder. Then I have 2 pieces of designer series paper, each measuring 3 inches by 4 inches. And these come from the Subtles 6x6 paper pack. So it's the Subtles. And we're using the, sugar. I can't even think of the name of the color now. Go figure. Anyway, these are going to overlap like so onto our card base. I certainly will. Tucker's downstairs with Papa. He decided he wasn't coming up with Mama for whatever reason. I don't know. He was up here earlier with me while I did the designing, but now I guess he's splitting his time. So now we're just going to add our adhesive, and we're just going to add the flowery designer paper here first. And it's going to drive me crazy, the name of this color. Been around a little bit. It used to be an in color. Fresh Freesia. Ha! There it is. I knew it would come to me eventually. All right, and now we're going to overlap with this piece of DSP down here at the bottom right corner. So the flower goes in the upper left, and the striped piece goes in the lower right, and they do overlap nicely like so. All right, so we're going to set our little card base up there, and then we need to grab our piercing mat, because again, large photopolymer stamps, they always do better with a cushion under them. And I have here my bunny head, and I have here, I'm using Petunia Pop instead of Fresh Freesia for my bunny. And you know what? Oh, I need a scrap because we do have to stamp off. This is, you have one more day. Maybe, do you? Oh, no. No more bonus points can't be used anymore. So, yeah, yesterday was the last day to churn in your bonus coupons. I hope everybody used them if they had them, because as of today, can't use them anymore. Okay, so we have that all inked up, and I'm just going to stamp off onto my scratch. And now I'm going to bring in, I did cut out a piece of basic white using my Everyday Arches. And now I'm just going to stamp my bunny right in the middle. Like so. Now I'm going to bring in my Secret C ink pad. Close up. There we go. And we need our little bunny face and our Secret C ink pad. Yesterday, we went to the Camden High School to watch my niece perform in Big Fish. They did a fantastic fantastic job. I have to recommend, if you have the opportunity to go see a high school musical, do it, because I was so impressed with their professionalism. They did a really good job. And there is our little bunny. Okay, and I do know what I did forget to grab. I didn't bring a 1/2 inch piece for the sentiment. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get some dimensionals here. And then we'll go grab a piece of basic white. There we go. But they did such a good job. I had never heard of the big fish, but it had such a good storyline to it. It was comical. It even had a sad scene, and they did such a good job. And the talent that they have in school, it was mind blowing. It really was. It was very good. Okay, there's our bunny. Let me grab a 1/2 inch piece of basic white. Apparently, I forgot to grab that. Let's see. Quick, like a bunny. And we need our Happy Easter. And again, our secret C. Yes, sis, they were really, really good. I was really impressed. And now I'm looking forward to going to see Robin Hood when they do that in the spring. Okay, there is Happy Easter. Then we need our snips. And we're just going to cut that off at an angle, just like so. And then, what did I do? There. I'm going to put a dimensional on that end, a little adhesive on this end, and then right like so. And then we have these really pretty sparkle dot essentials. And pull those. We need our take your pick tool. And I will tell you, the putty end I found was not very easy picking these up. So I'm going to use the actual pokey tool piece on my take your pick. And I'm just going to add these to complete our sweet card. Yeah, they do, Kay. They really put their all into it, and I was just so definitely impressed. I was very proud of all of them. They did a fantastic job. Well, thanks, Miss Sherry. Thank you, Miss Kay. I think they're sweet. This one especially, the little Happy Easter. So there's our little Easter card. And then in honor of St. Patrick's being right around the corner, I thought sending a little luck your way would be kind of fun. So for this one, unbeknownst to me, my paper was retired. I didn't do a good job cleaning up from the retirement list, I guess, last time. But I love this paper. But anyway, we have another thick basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and fold on that score line. And we're going to burnish that out nice like so. And then we're going to take our designer series paper and we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive. And that's going to go. Let's try to get that straight. There we go. And that designer paper is cut 5 1/4 by 4. And then I did go ahead and die cut a piece of basic white. And I used the stitched shapes. The stylish shapes dies actually, and it is the second largest circle die to cut that out. So we're going to bring back our little cushion here. And we're going to use our shamrock. And for this one, let's get all that out of the way. So for our shamrock, we're going to use Old Olive. And we're going to go ahead and ink up our stamp. Okay. And then we're going to go for the center of our circle here and stamp our shamrock. And there's that. I'll set that aside for a minute. And for our circle, we're going to go ahead and add some dimensionals. And that's going to go right in the center of our card. Just like so. So now we're going to bring back our scrap piece here. And I also have a stamp sending a little your way. And it's a little luck your way. And these come from the stamp set. Where is it? Did I not bring it up? Oh, right here. The Sweet Jar. Sending a little your way. It's got the space, and then you can put sweetness, love, luck, party. We're going to use luck. So we're going to start with the sending a little your way. We're going to ink that up with our Old Olive ink. And I'm just going to go right there on our scrap. Then I'm going to close that up. I'm grabbing my Lost Lagoon. And that we're going to use for our word luck. Well, my paper didn't match the Clover ink pad, Sherry. That's why I didn't pick that one. But trust me, I did look at it, but I didn't have the paper I picked didn't go with it. I could have used a different paper and could have done it, and I probably should have because then it wouldn't be retired paper. But it is what it is. I missed it when I was designing. I thought for sure this paper was still available. All right, so there's our sending a little luck your way. And then for that, I'm going to use the second to the smallest circle in the Stylish Shapes dies. So we need our little Post-it tape. We're just going to make sure everything stays put. Get this out of the way. And we do need our baby boss. And our little plates. Roll those through. And there's our little sentiment piece. And for that, we do need a little dimensional down in the lower right section of our circle so that it just rests here under our shamrock, and it just kind of balances there nicely and overlaps like so. Then we're going to bring back those pretty little Sparkle Dot Essentials. Bring back that take your pick tool, and I'm using the Garden Green. There we go. And that finishes our second card. Right, Sue? I have to agree with you there. It's still in your craft box. It's still available. All right. We are cooking. We're already on to our third card. And this one is our happy birthday card. So for this one, once again, we do have a thick basic white card base. Now this one is our little book fold card. So this one gets 2 score lines. So we cut it 8.5 by 5.5, but it's scored at 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold on the 4 1/4 score line. Press that out. But now on the 3 1/4, you're going to push your card back this way to score that. So this is what gets adhered down to give you that book binding. All right. So for this one, I also have 2 pieces of balmy blue. This one being 3/4 of an inch wide by 5 1/4 long. This one is 3 inches wide by 5 1/4. And these are going to layer onto our card front. And for that, I also have, where is my other piece of designer paper? I cut them. I thought I put them both in here. Did I stick it in here by chance? The question now becomes, what did I do with it? Not that one. I know I cut it. Leave it alone. This is called losing your mind. Oh. Well, just in case I don't find it over there, there is another piece here we can cut. Let me go look. I must have dropped it or something. Yeah, we're going to have to cut it. Okay, so this is 2 3/4 by 5. Oh, I wonder, did it get, no, it's not in there. Oh, I don't know how I lost it, but apparently I did. Anyway, we're just going to roll with it. All right, so we have our designer series paper and our cardstock, and we're going to layer these 2 pieces. I will find that other piece when I clean up tonight. Just weird. I thought I put it right into the little envelope there, but I must have missed. All right, let's get this centered on here. There we go. And then we're going to take the 1/2 inch piece of designer paper. And this is going to layer onto the 3/4 inch piece. So we want to get equal borders. Like so. All right. So now this one goes on that 1-inch area here on our card base, right here. So that goes down like so. And then this piece, this is going to go on our front here, this side of the score. So that goes down like so. Then I have this very pretty balmy blue gingham ribbon. And this is going to go here. And I have lost my little tweezers. So anyway, we're just going to tie a bow. By running our ribbon right up the middle of this area. And then this is going to get tacked down on the inside because this is going to stay closed. So we're just going to get our ribbon here. Try to get these under control here like so. All right. And then we're just going to snip and snip. All right, we got to make sure that's kind of in the center there. And then we're going to open our card up. And actually, where is my, excuse my arm, tear tape. Another piece right down this edge. All right, so you want a nice strong adhesive so that your book binding fold stays put. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool to grab that backing on both pieces like that. And now I'm going to close that. And use your bone folder just to run over that nice and tight. And now that seals that piece of the card. So now your ribbon and everything is contained in there and it's not going to go anywhere. Nice, nice. Okay. Next, I do have a pre-cut piece of vellum. And again, that is using our Stylish Shapes circle dies. I used the second largest. I'm going to get this ribbon out of our way because we are finished with that. And for this, I'm just going to take a little adhesive right in the center. Because again, you're not going to see this once we put our birthday hat on there. So we're going to put that right in the center of this side of the panel. Right there, like so. And then I have a scrap. And I'm going to bring back my little cushion here. And I got my hat. And I got my little pom-pom. And for this one, I'm going to use Azure Afternoon for my hat. So we're going to go ahead and ink our hat up in Azure Afternoon. Stamp that like so. And set this aside for a minute. I have lemon lime twist for our pom-pom, just to give it a little brightness. So there's our little pom-pom. So now close that up. I'm going to take my paper snips and we're going to do a little fussy cutting. Again, not my favorite thing to do, but this was one of those shapes that really wasn't that big of a deal, so I didn't mind it too much. Even the pom-pom was a little, yeah. So we're just kind of going around that pom-pom, kind of a little jaggedy, because pom-poms aren't perfect. And there we go. There's our little birthday hat. And that's going to attach to our vellum circle like so. And then using our scrap here, I have a happy birthday sentiment. And that actually comes from another stamp set. That's from our banner sayings, which is another bundle in the catalog. It is using the banner, triple banner punch. So we're going to be using that. So we're going to start with our happy birthday. And again, I'm using my Azure Afternoon ink pad. Again, just brightening up this card a little bit from the balmy blue. And we're just going to say, happy birthday. Close up that. And let's go ahead and clean that off. Bring in that punch. And I'm using that first. Get it nice and straight. And punch. And now we have our happy birthday. So we're going to use some dimensionals for our hat. And our hat covers up our adhesive that shows through the vellum there. So now you don't see it anymore. And then we're going to take a dimensional at this end of our sentiment. We'll add a little adhesive there. And that is going to go right there on our birthday card. And then, where did I put? There they are. We have some rhinestones. This one. Take your pick. Ooh, where'd it go? And that completes our third card. Okay, quick recap. First card is our little bunny. Happy Easter. Then we had our sending a little luck your way. Shamrock. And then our birthday card. Well, thank you, ladies. I thought they were cute. And that is the seasonal celebration stamp set. And again, so much more you can do with this yet. You have your graduation cap. For spring, Easter, you have your daffodil. Got the little hearts. Got the little floral banner there. Stars, confetti. Well, thank you, Miss Kay. And again, just for everybody's knowledge, I mean, you can get this card kit in your mailbox the 20th of the month just by placing an order. Again, a minimum $35 order in my online store before shipping and tax. And I will get these out to you on the 20th, and you can make your own little bunnies in shamrocks and birthday cards. Oh, Miss Kay, you're so very welcome. It is definitely my pleasure. Well, that is all I have for you guys this evening. Again, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me on this lovely Sunday. I do truly appreciate you. If you are on my mailing list, or even if you're not, you can always go to my blog. By tomorrow, I have a blog post up with a free PDF printable with all of the measurements and directions for these cards as well. And then I also mail it out to those of you on my mailing list. So if you like getting instructions in your mailbox, make sure you are on my mailing list. Otherwise, you can head over to my blog after 9 o'clock on Mondays, and you can grab the PDF tutorial for every one of my cards that I do here live for you guys. So if you like having the instructions printed, that's where you find them every week. All right, guys, have a fabulous rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. And God willing, I will see you again next week with something fun again. All right, guys, have a nice night. Bye for now.